Hi, I'm Carrie from Tailored Ergonomics. I'm going to take you through some of my most popular blog articles. First one I want to talk about is what is an ergonomist and what do we do? At the most basic level, an ergonomist, kind of like a lifeguard, gets paid to watch people. In our case, we watch people work. Of course, most of us would be insulted at the insinuation that watch is all we do, but that's what people see us doing. We study work. We want to understand it, evaluate it, and improve it. We love work in all of its glory. An ergonomist is a specialist typically found under a safety or an engineering umbrella. Most of us have a background in kinesiology or engineering, but we all have education specifically in work evaluation and design. We evaluate the fit between a worker and a work environment and help to make improvements that optimize the worker's ability to do great work comfortably. According to our professional association, the Association of Canadian Ergonomists, ergonomists contribute to the design and evaluation of systems in order to make them compatible with the needs, abilities, and limitations of people. What does that mean on a day-to-day basis? What do we really do out there? Let's take some specific examples to bring some perspective to our job. In an office environment, typically the first one that probably came to your mind, an ergonomist assists us in adjusting the chair, keyboard, screen position, might provide recommendations for different work practices, such as take micro breaks or try mousing with your left hand. We also might recommend different equipment, such as a footrest or a monitor stand. We get crawling under equipment and around the desk, and we mess with all of the levers on the chair, and we usually rearrange everything on your desk. But the worker is more comfortable when we leave than they were when we started. In a food manufacturing setting, an ergonomist might review the design of a planned line and suggest an optimum conveyor height or ways to improve the forward reach, or maybe look at the locations where clearance under the conveyors might be critical. We make suggestions before the equipment is bolted down, and we usually challenge the design team to consider the worker in ways they hadn't thought about before. In a chemical environment, an ergonomist might measure and review the effort that's required to lift a filter or open a hatch and suggest ways to improve the demands, to improve any demands that are too difficult for the workers to safely manage. We might sound like the voice of the smallest worker, advocating for changes that will be more inclusive. In a hospital environment, an ergonomist might complete a physical and cognitive demands analysis for a housekeeping job and use it to evaluate the suitability of that job for a specific worker with medical limitations. If the job is not a good match, the ergonomist would help to identify suitable accommodations for that worker, and those might include things like purchases or assignment changes that a supervisor would need to take care of. In a multi-site environment where many workers are performing the same kind of work, such as baggage handlers or heavy equipment operators, for example, we might work with employees to identify and document best practices and then develop coaching plans for supervisors to use. We might also create practical training to help the workers learn to use the tricks of the trade that reduce their risk of injury. Ergonomists also manage ergonomics programs. In that role, we promote ergonomics awareness through bulletins and other communication. We provide training. We run awareness campaigns. Ergonomists are like cheerleaders for better work practices at home, play, and work. We support implementation by researching products, gathering quotes, drafting work orders, and working with all of the key stakeholders to find and implement solutions that work. We follow up on recommendations and communicate success stories. We track projects, recommendations, and project responsibilities and status. We wield the carrot and the stick in the implementation process. We collaborate with other departments and programs to advance ergonomics throughout the organization. So we might poke our noses into departments that have never heard of ergonomics. We also help to set program goals and evaluate progress on an annual basis or even more frequently than that. Of course, ergonomists do all of these types of assessments in various work environments. A traditional consulting model would not allow us to take on the program management aspects of strain, sprain, injury prevention. We are fortunate at Tailored Ergonomics as consulting ergonomists because many of our clients allow us to act as their ergonomists rather than as consultants. And these experiences make us better ergonomists because we can more fully appreciate the challenges of implementation, and we work hard alongside our clients to generate support for ergonomics. Thanks for watching.